I'm so excited to have all of you here. Let me introduce you to R2. And so we're going to walk through the vehicle, but just starting here at the front. In the front of the vehicle, we have a large front storage trunk. This is great for putting luggage, backpacks, your gear. Now, if we go around the side of the vehicle, and you just saw, or maybe you saw, these quarter windows pop out. We leverage the negative pressure off the back of the vehicle to pull natural air through, and it creates this beautiful open air feeling experience. And then the rear glass, which you just saw drop, also opens. The second row seats fold flat, but also the first row seats fold flat. And the first row seats folding flat, let's say you're camping or staying overnight in the vehicle, it creates this awesome in-vehicle camping experience. It's about 400 millimeters shorter than an R1S. And in addition to being shorter, it's quite a bit shorter in wheelbase. It's also lower in height. One of the points of feedback was a desire for a glove box. And on R2, we over-delivered, and we put 2 glove boxes in. So we have these really nice, large wheels and the scroll wheels and the steering wheel. There's dynamic haptic feedback, so it allows us to adjust what it's feeling like when you're scrolling. A lot of work went into the doors. Move the speaker out of the door, gives us space for a large water bottle here. And of course, it wouldn't be a Rivian if we didn't have a flashlight in the door. And we built an entirely new platform to underpin this vehicle. And it's built around a 4695 cell. So it's a cylindrical cell, 46 millimeters in diameter, 95 millimeters tall. It's a much larger cell than the 21 millimeter diameter cell that we have in R1 today. So the battery pack in the floor actually makes up a big part of the vehicle structure. The top of the battery pack is actually the floor of the vehicle. We have a single motor, rear wheel drive variant. We have a dual motor, 1 motor in the front, 1 motor in the back, all-wheel drive variant. And then we have a tri-motor, 2 motors in the back, 1 in the front. And in the highest performance variants of the vehicle, 0 to 16, well under 3 seconds. So it's very quick. And then all those motor combinations can achieve over 300 miles in range. And this has 11 cameras, 5 radars, 4 radars in the corner, 1 long-range radar in the front, which will enable this to have a very high level of self-driving. And for us, that represents being able to get on the highway, take your hands off the wheel, eyes off the road, and truly operate it where you get your time back. And so the R2 starting price will be $45,000. And you can reserve one starting today. I'm really, really excited to talk about R2's sibling, which we call R3. So you didn't expect that one more thing here. So R3, it takes the package of R2 and the platform, it shrinks it, it puts it into our take on what is a crossover. Up front, we have a front storage trunk, much like what we had in R2. But I want to spend some time in the back. And what you just saw happen is the rear liftgate came up. Just like we saw in R2, the first and the second row seats fold flat. But when we close this, there's a second way to get to the back, which we call our flipper glass. And what I love about this is it makes it easy to get things in and out, but this actuation can actually go to multiple heights. Same thing we had with our R2 with the control wheels and the steering wheel. Lots of flexibility in terms of storage, 2 glove boxes, and of course, we still have a flashlight here. But there's one more thing. One more thing. We wanted to take everything that's embodied and put it into an even higher performance package. And this is something we call R3X. Lots of subtle differences. It's a wider wheel and tire, a little wider stance, more ground clearance, tri-motor setup. This is an interior combination we internally call rugged playful because it looks rugged and it looks playful. But the use of materials and the use of how we laid out those materials with cork and with interesting weaves and interesting ways to anodize metal, it feels so uniquely Rivian, but also so unique to this vehicle and to the performance variant. We're going to be pulling the timing in to allow R2 to start deliveries in the first half of 2026. So we're also building a high-speed charging network. We call it a Rivian Adventure Network. It's rapidly being built out. Within a few years, we'll have 600 of these charging locations. And it'll be an open network. So it'll be Rivian vehicles as well as non-Rivian vehicles. And beyond that, we, of course, integrate across the other third-party platforms. And importantly, in fact, this month, our vehicles will be able to access the Tesla Supercharger network. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us today to hear about our future.